we're just so happy everyone is here. Oh, Mandy. Mandy, go ahead.
You know, I have a fast one too. Mandy, I'll go behind.
Hi, my name is Lisa, and I know Allison through Jenny and Rita and Natalie. We pretty much grew up together during those formative 20s, and she would often visit us in Huntington Beach, and I wanted to share a story that has positively impacted me from knowing Allison. One night, after a long night of having a great time in Huntington Beach, a lot of merriment, we were, Allison loved her breakfast, so we had a good breakfast the day after on Sunday, and we were walking out to her navy blue Jetta on Joliet in Huntington Beach. It was completely annihilated. Somebody had crashed it. And she stood there and she said, okay. I'm hungry. Who's driving to breakfast? And I was thinking that because when we encounter like these adversarial forces in life, like I always think of how Allison took things in stride that way. And I would have, at the time in our mid-20s, would have freaked out. And she was just so calm and collected. And I wanted to share that was something I admire and continue to admire about her. Yeah.
I don't even think I need a microphone, but I'm Mandy. I'm probably one of the 20 people here that actually got the privilege to live with Allison. During those awesome roaring 20s, which even though I'm married with children now, which are supposed to be your favorite years, which they are, but they're not. From when we lived together on PB Drive. Allison, she had many attributes, but one of them wasn't punctuality. And, we'd have to be somewhere like 9 o'clock, maybe it was 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock back then, way past our bedtime now. And we're like, okay, are you curling your hair tonight? Or are you straightening it? Because there's a whole different time schedule and she was curling her hair. So, I smoked back in the day and still do occasionally, but neither here nor there. And Allison's progression of getting ready for this, 9 o'clock meeting, she probably started at 8, and it would get, 8:45, 9 o'clock, and she paced herself so well. I mean, I don't know how many bottles of 2-Buck Chuck we went through before we even got out the door. Or how many cigarettes we smoked on a small little patio in between curling her hair. And I remember being really frustrated with her, for an hour late. But I do look back at those moments, and truly those are like the best moments that I connected with her. Sitting on that porch, smoking cigarettes till God knows when, drinking red wine that cost $2 a bottle, and never even ending up going out. Because that was the time to be had. And she's such a dear soul that we all love and know so well, and she's going to be missed so much.
I also was introduced to Herf, and the first time I met Herf was with Jenny and Eric and Brilo and all the girls. And she comes up to me and she goes, how do you think I spell my name? And I'm like, I don't know, H-U-R-F? And she's like, I knew you wouldn't know. It's Herf with an E. Well played. Well played. So, I don't even know, we have so many funny stories from basically growing up together from 20s all the way through. And we definitely toured South America together. And I have to say, like, at one point I looked over at Herf at Iguazu Airport and I was like, is she gonna be okay? Like, it was because there was like 7 of us in South America at one point. 7 of us. Like, we all flew to South America at different points and met to be like, tour the world. And the last leg of the trip that we all left each other at was in Iguazu Airport, and Rita and I took a 36-hour bus ride back over across the other side of the country. So, lo and behold, when I get back to the States, I don't have a date for a wedding. So Herf was like everybody's wedding date, like, am I wrong? I'm so right, like, honestly, she was like the best wine line you ever had in your life. So my one story is we went to a military-style wedding in San Diego. She was my date, and she and I were definitely like, didn't have kids yet. I have 4 now, and wow, I really should have lived that moment up, like, way more than I did. But she turns to me and she goes, Cars, we are like sharks. No, we're like piranhas in a school full of guppies. And I was like, mic drop, girl. You, just that night alone, she was like, I mean, we are like crushing it here. That was our girl right there. Just every moment.